first 100 years, it wasn't unusual for nearly an hour to pass before drivers got the word. The starter, probably as frustrated as the spectators, had to be sure the horses were on gait and arranged so that none crossed the starting line before the post horse. The starter, from his vantage point in front of the grandstand, needed a booming voice, a very high boiling point, the patience of Job, and low blood pressure. With megaphone in hand, he alternately cajoled and threatened, the clanging of the starting bells blending with the shouted command go. This method, which was called scoring, delayed races, discouraging attendance and betting. The starting problem was unique to harness racing. A fixed barrier and the gait of the standardbred created an unworkable combination, and attempts were made to improve the way the horses began a race. Different barriers were invented. One of the most popular was the 1939 McNamara automatic starter devised by Leo McNamara, a well-known amateur driver and breeder. Used throughout the Grand Circuit during the 1940s, it had a steel cable stretched across the track above the horses and white cords hung from the cable. Drivers listened to a recorded voice count from 1 to 14, ending with go. As the count began, the horses started toward the barrier. At go, they had to be at the cords. Horses through the cords beforehand were disqualified from the heat. Another was the 1947 Octave Blakedale Cameron Phantom barrier. Mounted on a vehicle, it had 2 retractable steel arms instead of a swinging gate. Each arm had 7 sections, which telescoped to 80 feet when open. Then there was the E.M. Smith starting gate, which projected cables in front of the horses. Used in the 1948 Hamiltonian at Goodtime Park, Goshen, the car, operating on tracks next to the rail, was powered by 3 Cadillac V8 engines. A Jeep engine operated the opening and closing of the gate. The starting judge stood in the vehicle, which ran on tracks mounted along the inside rail. Back in 1937, Steve Phillips of Xenia, Ohio, had improvised the folding gate attached to a 1932 V8 Ford. Even though the old scoring system and other barrier ideas hung on for a while, in 1946, Phillips was asked to use his mobile gate to start a race at Roosevelt Raceway. The new gate was a vast improvement, resulting in smoother races that attracted larger crowds. A new era had begun. All eyes are on the favorites battling to leave the gate first. No one notices the person in control, the starter, sitting with his back to the windshield and his eyes on the horses and drivers, eyes coolly scanning the field, issuing sharp but friendly commands over the loudspeaker system, one hand on the microphone, another on the accelerator lever, in communication with the officials in the grandstand to the judge who rides beside him. Then, at that special moment, somewhere between 25 miles per hour and 30, the word is given, and the car accelerates, pulling ahead quickly, its gates folding swiftly and gracefully. The driver now takes control of the car, the starter, just a passenger, and the starting gate once again, just a stock sedan. The race is on.